Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I am going to do a first impression let's play of a game called Last Hope Bunker. What's the name of the game? Zombie Survival. Unfortunately, when you Alt-Tab out of the game freezes, which is the first issue that we encounter before we even really start with the game. So that is an issue. But anyway, today I am going to be looking at the game and I'm going to be playing the game for like an hour and a half maybe, until I am satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game and tell you whether or not the game is worth playing. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full 1 hour or whatever video, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put a link in the description below, and you can just jump to that timestamp, and in the last 10 minutes or so I will give you my quick, concise, final opinion on the game and tell you what I think is good and bad about the game. But if you're not in a hurry, you can simply stay tuned and I will be playing through the game and I will be giving you my running commentary as I play through the game. So the game is not yet released right now as of me recording this video. There is a demo available on Steam right now, but I'm playing the full version of the game. The developers were nice enough to send me the full version of the game. I've actually had the full version of the game for like a week, but I just haven't gotten around to actually reviewing the game. But by the time that I release this video, it's about 2 days before the full release of the game, or the release of the game. I'm not actually 100% sure if the game is releasing into early access or if it is doing a full release, but by the time that I upload this video and YouTube has processed the video and all of that kind of stuff, the game should be available on Steam. So I don't know what the price of the game is going to be. I've seen some people asking on the Steam forums what the price is going to be, but the developers haven't responded. So normally I would know the price of the game and then I can say, okay, the game is worth $10 or worth $50, you know, just depending on what the price is. But today we don't know what the price is, so I'm just basically going to have to address that at the end of the video today. If the game is very good, then I will say sure, you can pay $20, $25, $30, whatever. But if the game is shitty, then I might not even recommend that you pay $5 or $10 for the game. So the price definitely has an impact on the game, but like I say, we do not currently know a price. So another issue is the fact that the game doesn't have a full screen mode. The only two modes that are available in the game is borderless full screen mode and windowed mode. Those are the only two options that are available, so the game does not have a exclusive full screen mode, and also it doesn't have a windowed mode. So there's obviously 4 different modes that the game should have, which is windowed and borderless windowed, and then full screen and borderless full screen. So the game is missing 2 of those display modes. Otherwise than that, the frame rate is confined or combined with the resolution options, which is something that I really don't like. Because if the game detects that you have a 60 Hz monitor, but you actually have a 360 Hz monitor or a 240 Hz monitor or a 144 Hz monitor, if the game does not detect that, then you are fucked. So that is why the developer should allow you to select your frame rate apart from your resolution in any way. So that is not particularly good. The textures only go low, medium, high, whereas the shadows go to very high and the anti-aliasing goes to high. So that's a little bit weird. There's also nothing like weather detail or weather effects, object detail, character detail, environmental detail. There's nothing like that. Everything is combined into textures. So you cannot change object detail, character detail, environmental detail, water detail, weather detail, nothing like that. So the graphics options are really quite limited. The game's volume for some reason is hilariously loud. Like right now I have it at 24%, but it's actually quite loud. So I don't know, but that's not really a complaint, it's just an observation. The fact that the game by default is actually really loud. And then it seems the game doesn't have subtitles at all. But yeah, otherwise than that, really basic options, to be honest. Now, I saw a couple of complaints on the forum already that the game contains copyrighted audio, and that is an issue, especially for a content creator. No game should contain copyrighted audio. And if the game does contain copyrighted audio, then there should be an option, like in the audio menu, for instance, to disable copyrighted audio. And this game does not have any of those options. So yeah, it's an issue that the game contains copyrighted audio. Apparently, the intro of the the intro of the game contains copyrighted audio, so I'm going to mute the game when the intro starts. It's just unfortunately one of those things. The developers have no toggles to disable the copyrighted audio in the game. So that is another issue. Even though it won't affect you, it does affect obviously a lot of people who are content creators and stuff like that, obviously. So this is where I'm gonna mute the audio. So you're not gonna hear any audio right now because I can already hear this music in the background is going to be copyrighted. It's just like normal classical music, like piano, classical piano music. Okay, well, that was actually very short. So then we can disable it. Well, we can enable it again. A really stupid intro, to be honest. Really just very low effort, to be honest, and very short. Like, it should explain obviously the intro, the world, the setting, who you are, you know, who your character is, all of that kind of stuff. And frankly, the intro does a pathetic job with regards to that. A lot of reading. I'm not gonna read. I'm not in the mood to read. Does the Steam page, let me just have a look at the Steam page quickly. Does the Steam page say that it has English voices? Oh no, it doesn't say that it is English voices. So perhaps the entire game is unvoiced, which is a letdown. So apparently the game has no voice acting whatsoever. Okay, and we get a shitload of equipment. How do we open our tab? Okay, I tried I and I tried C and I tried B, but apparently it's tab. Okay, so we get hazmat suit, hazmat suite apparently. We got a hazmat suite, not a hazmat suit. AKM, bandages, inventory, all of that good stuff. I don't like the music playing in the background. Like you can just hear that it's irritating. Powers activated. Okay. Also, I see that the audio plays, the footstep audio plays when you're moving to the left, but it doesn't play when you're moving diagonally. So that's obviously an issue. It's a bug or simply an oversight by the developers, but yeah, it unfortunately reflects badly on them because they clearly either don't care or just, hey, there's a zombie or something, or they just didn't notice it, and I noticed it in the first 2 minutes with the game. It's also a really bad sound. I don't like that sound. It doesn't sound natural. It sounds very unnatural. And like I said, the audio, the music playing in the background is really fucking irritating. Already, like I'm 2 minutes into the game and I'm irritated by that sound. Okay, player, travel point, locked travel point. Is this the entire world or is it only the stage? I hope it's only the stage, because otherwise that would make the map really, really small, like hilariously small. Now let me just turn up the audio slightly. There is no tutorial with regards to running around, shooting. Okay, why can't I? Oh. Okay, so apparently you have to right click and aim, because if you just run like this and shoot, then you shoot in the direction that you're running. So you actually need to right click and then you can shoot and backtrack. So there's no tutorial for shooting, no tutorial for movement, no tutorial for aiming, no tutorial for inventory management, no tutorial for looting. Fantastic. Okay, we get our first tutorial. Avoid stepping on spores, they explode upon contact. Okay. Okay, and you can't destroy the spores. Fantastic. Like, why can't you destroy the spores? Like, how does that make sense? Carefully monitor the state of the character and change filters in time. Use filters too. Why is my filter empty? I didn't... Or does your filter degrade automatically? Is that what happens? Oh, I see. Okay, so your filter degrades automatically. That's irritating. I don't like the fact that you have to press and hold in order to open those containers. The game also has reloading, so no tutorial for reloading either. I don't know if there's a way to... Oh, you can sprint as well, so there's no tutorial for sprinting either. I wonder if you can highlight objects that are on the ground, because that's normally very important in a game like this. What the fuck? Wow, the aiming, the hitboxes are really bad. So I don't see a way to highlight. Like, is there a controls? Let's see. Use, movement, interaction, drop, crouch, sprint, flashlight, dodge, map. Dodge, what's dodge? Spacebar, okay. Yeah, there's no way to highlight options that are, to highlight stuff that are on the ground. So I don't like that. Fucking hell, the hitboxes are really bad. They're either really bad or the camera is just weirdly positioned so that it looks like you hit them, but you don't actually hit them. Does the game have like experience or anything like that? I have 76 ammo left. The clusters produce zombies. After its destruction, they no longer appear. Okay, so the game has infinitely spawning zombies. I fucking hate games that have infinitely spawning enemies. So how do you destroy the thing? Just shoot it, I suppose? I really hate games that have infinitely spawning enemies. Also, what were to happen if I ran out of ammo there? Okay, we have to use another filter. I really don't like this filter system. I have 46 bullets left. Does this one produce zombies or not? It produced one zombie. Like, where will I get ammo? So far I've gotten like metal and cloth and stuff like that. Rag. But how do you actually get bullets? Yeah, the hitboxes feel very strange. Like, I've played a lot of these games, a lot of them, probably 7 different of these games, like DYSMANTLE and Project Zomboid and HumanitZ that I also reviewed recently. Like, I've played a lot of these games, and this is the first game where I'm having difficulty actually hitting the enemy. So, either all of the other games of this type, isometric zombie games, that I've played in the past are wrong and do hitboxes wrong and do combat wrong, or it's this game that is doing the combat wrong, because I have had no issues whatsoever to actually hit the enemies in any of the other games, and then in this game I'm having issues hitting the enemies. So I am inclined to believe that this game has an issue with the targeting or with the hitboxes, because I shouldn't be having issues hitting enemies. I have 16 bullets remaining. Where's the exit? Holy shit, I lost like 120 HP there. Okay, we get our first ammo.
Shoot them!
Hey, that's the very first voice line that we've heard. We get a little bit more ammo. I can't talk to him. That one zombie took 3 hits instead of 2 hits, so I suspect that we are starting to encounter more powerful zombies. Okay, we are back down to 25 bullets. Go back to the bunker if you require crafting any missing items. Okay, why can't I just craft here? Like, you literally have to go back to the bunker. That's stupid. Activate travel points for fast travel to desired locations. Okay, well, let's go back to the bunker. Now the place has lights all of a sudden. Previously it didn't have lights over here. Okay, crafting. Metal axe. I already have an axe. Bullets. So for one bundle of bullet, it takes 2 steel. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna craft a bunch. Upgraded AKM 50 metal. Holy balls. Okay. AWP, bigger backpack, basic respirator, enhanced respirator, high quality respirator, hazmat suite, upgraded hazmat suite, highest quality hazmat suite. Okay, so there's 3 over here to the right. It sucks that the game doesn't have... okay, so we need to crouch. That the game doesn't have leveling or experience or skills or anything like that. I really think that this game could have benefited from like experience and stuff like that, you know. If you think about something like Dismantle or anything like that, I just like the RPG aspects of the skill system and experience and leveling and stats and that kind of stuff. These types of games really benefit from those types of gameplay mechanics, and it's sad that this game doesn't have anything like that. Like I said, I don't like the fact that looting stuff is not highlighted. So you're probably gonna be missing a lot of stuff throughout the game because it's not highlighted. Okay, something just exploded. Like, I nearly would have missed those crates if I wasn't so close to the side there. Can I go up here? No, apparently not. Why can't you just loot everything at once? It's really irritating, especially since to open the box you have to press and hold E, and then to loot the item you just press E once. So it's really irritating. Like, you need to see, okay, press and hold and then E, and then press and hold and then E. Like, why don't they just make it just press E repeatedly, you know? Just really unnecessary. Okay, let's attack these with a melee weapon. Fucking hell. Okay, these guys do a lot of damage. Like, I don't like it when you have to play the game by bumping into everything. Like, you literally have to run around, go into each room and bump into everything, and then only once you've bumped into everything are you 100% sure, or more or less sure, that you've looted everything in the room. Like, it would have been so much easier if you could just highlight, if there were a button to highlight everything that is lootable. It's not fun having to walk into each and every room and explore the entire perimeter of each room. Like, it's not fun. Bumping into fucking walls constantly. Like, I have to be honest, if this is going to be the entire game, like I don't see how they can increase the complexity of the game and the enjoyment of the game beyond what we've already experienced. Like, I really don't see how there's going to be any reason, really, to play the game further than what we've already played the game, other than increasing your equipment, you know? You must obviously get a better gun, because the zombies are gonna get stronger eventually. You're gonna fight bigger zombies that have more health, that do more damage, so that's why you're gonna have to increase your gear and that kind of stuff. And apart from that, there's no progression. There's no character progression beyond your gear. Now, that's just really stupid. Like, if you think about many of the other games that I've mentioned, like DYSMANTLE, Project Zomboid, HumanitZ, There's a couple of other ones. I've played probably 6 or 7 of those that I can think of right now. All of those games have at least some form of character progression apart from the gear. This game only has the gear, and it just feels like very shallow. The enjoyment of the game is very shallow, in my opinion, because already, like, I'm already bored. And if there were like some character progression, perhaps some skills, professions, something like that, like for instance that Project Zomboid has, for instance, and many of the other games as well, then at least you have something to work towards. Like for instance also Dismantle. I've played a bunch of Dismantle, and in Dismantle also you have farming, you can make food, you have crafting, apart from the crafting that this game has, which clearly is very surface level. You know, you can craft better gear and then you can craft ammo. That's literally all that you can craft in this game, and it just feels very shallow. So if this is all that the game has to offer, I have to be honest in saying that there's really no way how I would ever recommend this game over any of the other games that I've mentioned. It's just so basic and so surface level that it's just not going to be able to compete at all with any of the other games in the market, unless this game costs like $5, like literally $5. I don't see how you would ever play this game over any of the other games. Like I've explained, the intro, like you're not really provided any intro whatsoever with regards to the setting of the world, the character, what happened, anything like that. So there's really no reason to play the game for the story. The story is like negligible. I mean, the developers put no effort into the story, so why should you put any effort into investing yourself into the story? What's this? THAPOR. Thapor? Thaf? Is it a P or a F? Thap? Or prr? TEC? Tech? On. Okay, I've got no idea what those letters are supposed to be. Thanks for protection. Thanks for protection. Okay. They spelled THX instead of THA. Yeah, thanks for protection. Anyway, it's just the game feels very low effort, very low quality. If you look at, I've seen this in a couple of different locations now. I just didn't mention it previously, where the blood spatters are very much the same. You can see here, instead of having 5 different blood splatters, they simply use the same blood splatter 5 times, which is a very easy sign of a low effort game. The same with the audio of the footsteps that I mentioned previously. It's a sign of a very low effort game. I don't know, it just feels low effort. Everything feels low effort and just very surface level, like I say, with the lack of a tutorial, the lack of a crafting system, the lack of a skill system. I mean, the game has a crafting system, but it is so surface level. Holy shit, they just spawn out of nowhere. It is so surface level that it is just really to craft bandages or craft ammo or craft your breathing stuff. I don't like the breathing mechanic thing because it's just there to make the game more obtuse. It doesn't really add any enjoyment to the game in any way, shape, or form. I don't know. Honestly, I don't see how this game is going to be able to compete with any of the other games. Even if the game is like $5, I would much rather just spend a little bit more, you know. $15, $20 is basically the price of most of these types of games, like HumanitZ, even though I wouldn't recommend that one. Project Zomboid, even though I wouldn't recommend that one. Dismantle is good. I'm not sure what the price of Dismantle is. Let me have a look here quickly. The game is going to freeze again. That's unfortunately one of the things about the game that I obviously mentioned at the beginning. Let's have a look here at Dismantle. What's the price? And then also another one though that I also played previously was The Last Stand Aftermath, even though that game wasn't particularly fun. Let me just have a look here, and then let me bring it up for you guys on the screen so that you can see what I'm actually looking at. So this is The Last Stand Aftermath. I've played it a little bit, not a huge amount. It's an okay game, not like fantastic or anything like that, but it's okay. It has a skill system, as I said. It just has a lot more to offer than this game. The graphics are definitely better, all of that. And this game costs $25. It's a little bit expensive. I wouldn't really recommend it for $25. I would much rather recommend it for like $12. You can get it on sale for $12. That is a good game for $12. And then there's also Dismantle. Dismantle is actually cheaper, $20. Dismantle is actually a very good game. I would recommend Dismantle. It's not like amazing or anything like that, but it is a good game. And you can see I have 18 hours in the game. It is definitely one of the best games of this genre, the isometric ARPG zombie crafting games. It's definitely one of the best of these types of games. I can definitely recommend the game, even though I don't recommend it. Let's see what I actually said in my review. I'm not sure if I ever reviewed the game on my channel. I'm not 100% sure. So the criticisms that I had of this game was the obtuse inventory system, the fact that the game has no music, the fact that loot disappears, which is a criticism that I would have of any game. I hate it when inventory when loot disappears in games. The fact that you have to swap tools constantly, constant tool swapping is really stupid, really obtuse. And like I say here, you have to do it 9 times to get a new tool and upgrade it. It's not fun. It's an obtuse mechanic, just meant to increase the time that you have to do needless shit in the game. So that's another issue. There is some game mechanics in the game, similar to another game that I played recently, Dying Light, where they put these zombies behind doors that explode, and the only reason why the developers do that is to kill you. And this game has the same mechanics where They have various mechanics that are simply there to kill you. They place these shover zombies close to a cliff, and then the zombie runs at you and shoves you off the cliff. So it's just gay and unnecessary. And then the base gun has very limited uses, so that makes the game even more obtuse. It's just unnecessary to make it have low uses for the gun. There is more guns in the DLCs, but this is an evaluation of the base game, and the base game only has one gun, so that's really stupid. It's a little bit immoral, in my opinion, to add basically pay to win guns or pay to win weapons of any items that are pay to win to DLC, a paid DLC. So that's my issue over here. And then there's an enemy unit in the game that you cannot kill with any weapon. Oh yeah, I remember that one. It's like a blue zombie thing. That's also just really stupid. So even though I have all of these criticisms, which are easily fixable, like the developers could easily make loot not disappear anymore. They could easily make the inventory system less obtuse. They could easily fix the harvesting system and the tool system. They could easily get rid of the game mechanics in the game, and they could easily fix the pay-to-win DLC. So they could make this game into a really good game if they wanted to. Even though, with all of that said, I would still recommend this game for $20, even though I got this game on sale for $10. I would absolutely still recommend this game for $10 or $20 over this game that will probably, let's be realistic, they're probably gonna ask $15 or more for this game, and there's just no way how I would be able to recommend this game for anything more than $5, to be honest. Like, this is a bargain basement game. It is bargain basement in each and every way, shape, and form that you could possibly think of. The graphics are mediocre. The targeting is not good. It's not intuitive, and it's not easy to shoot the zombies. I've played many of these types of games, and this is the only game that I've struggled to actually hit the zombies, so there's clearly an issue. The crafting system is really bargain basement. There is no character progression whatsoever in the game apart from your gear. The game has a really useless tutorial system. There's no way to highlight items on the ground that you can loot. The game freezes when you alt tab. The game has really bad environmental sound effects. Like, if I stay quiet for a while, like that sound constantly in your ears is just really irritating. I just can't recommend this game, especially because there are, like I say, some good games in this genre, like Dismantle, which is pretty good. Last Stand, Aftermath, it's not as good as Dismantle, but it's okay. I would not recommend Project Zomboid. I have played Project Zomboid. It is not a game that I would recommend. I believe I did review the game. It's not a game that I would recommend at all. You can go read my full review on Steam if you want to. It's not a game that I would recommend. I've reviewed and played HumanitZ on my channel. I refunded this game. Like, I hardly ever refund games. I very, very rarely refund games. I have over 1,000, I think 500 games. Yeah, 1,600 games in my library. And I very, very rarely refund games. I only refund games out of principle. And this game is one of the very few games that I actually chose to refund. That is how bad this game is. And yeah, otherwise than that, there's a couple of these games that you might be able to find. I actually want to try Welcome to Paradise, but it seems the game is not very good, judging from the mixed reviews and from the fact that the game is published by Narcon. Narcon is a really terrible company, so I probably won't be playing or reviewing that game, to be completely honest. But yeah, like between Last Stand, Aftermath, and Dismantle, it's not difficult to find these types of games that are good. Like I say, Dismantle is a really nice game. I would recommend that game. But yeah, this game is just one that I cannot recommend. I definitely cannot recommend this game for anything more than $5. And I don't know the price of the game currently, but it's probably going to be around $15 to $20, and I definitely can't recommend the game for that price. The game is just way too bare bones and bargain basement for me to recommend it for anything more than $5. So yeah, that is pretty much my opinion on the game. So yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you want to see more reviews and if you want to allow me and enable me to do more reviews for you guys, then you can head over to my patreon.com/LFP, and my donations that I receive on there go directly to purchasing more games and doing more reviews for you guys. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.